The first thing you do, you draw a triangle, which you must memorize these triangles. If I draw the triangle, and then what goes in the triangle is cosine, is adjacent over hypotenuse. Happy with that?
Yes, sir.
Now, which one is the adjacent? What do we want to find? We want to find the adjacent, which is x. Because when you look at the triangle, we want to find x. But what do we know? We know h. And this x is also called a because it's adjacent. If that angle is there, imagine if somebody's eye is there with eyelashes. They're looking that way. That y is the opposite. The one next to your eye is called adjacent. The person sitting next to you in class is adjacent. And then, of course, the longest side is the hypotenuse. So you want to find adjacent. So what's the formula to find adjacent? To find the adjacent, you write A equals to, in this triangle, there's a times in the middle there. So A is equals to H times cos 45. You happy with that?
Yes, sir.
So we replace A. What symbol is A called? X. And what's the value for H? 200. H is 200, and we replace A with X and then times cos 45. And that's the answer for Y and X. So what we have done, we have taken that red 200 Newton, which is pointing at an angle, and change it to two things. We have changed it to the Y, which is vertical, 200 sine 45, and we have changed it to the X, which is horizontal, 200 cos 45. And now we can use it in calculations. So when you have a force, which is at an angle, if a force is straight, like 200 horizontal, you could just use it without changing it. If a force is going up straight, you use it without changing it. But if a force is coming at an angle, you have to change it to the vertical and to the horizontal before you use them in calculations. And this is the part where they say resolving forces. And that is why you see the topic on equilibrium on inclined plane. That's why we have to do that. We have to resolve it before we start using it in the calculation. And that's why you see your teacher started teaching you that triangle. The triangle stays the same. That your teacher will be teaching you, it will be the same thing. The technique will be the same. Just remember these two. We always use sine and cos. They hardly use tangent. Just to help you so that you don't get doubt. They hardly use tangent. A sine and cos to resolve it into two forces. Does that make sense?